Hello, everyone. Hey, viewers, thanks for watching this video. I'm sure you are enjoying, you are learning more. We expect more comments and feedback from you, how things are going for you. At the same time, we all have to wish one person called Aneez, who cleared PMP very recently. I mean, June 13th, he cleared PMP. And he's so excited. I think these are the Sundays now he's enjoying. I feel he missed the Sundays for a long time. Okay, today, by the way, today we're doing this interview on a Sunday. Sundays used to be very busy for the PMP preparing people. So Sunday is a crucial day. You will hit for 6 hours, 7 hours. You won't open the door. You don't bother about the lunch or breakfast, what menu item, nothing. You will be book ready, right? Now Aneez says, time to stretch. I feel good. So first, congratulations, Aneez, for this wonderful achievement.
Thank you so much, Sriram, and thank you for having me here. Thank you so much.
Great. So we'll see your certificate and come to you. Here is a certificate, June 30th, he written it, and 3 years valid, 3 years, 21 to 24. So some may have the question, what will happen after 3 years? Do I need to rewrite the exam? If you ask me, no, there is no rewrite. Writing this one time itself, it takes your life. Writing 2 times and all. So what happened is PMI has something called PDUs, Professional Development Unit, which you will listen to some of the recording sessions, or you attend some classes like PMI-ACP, Scaled Agile, or CSM certification. Some certificate classes when you attend, that will give some points. Those points will make you to get the PDUs. That's a message. With this message, we will go to Aneez. So first thing we'll listen from Aneez. Aneez, which part of the world you are and what is the nature of job?
I'm currently in Mumbai, and I'm working for Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited. And basically oil and gas industry. And I'm in the upstream sector looking after the oil and gas assets of the company in various parts of the world. So that's one thing that I'm looking after.
Oh, the prime industry where the money flows like a perennial river, huh?
Yes, it is. Money flows in and out, both, not just in.
We don't bother about out. We only see the in, right?
Right.
That's human tendency. That how much this guy is earning money, what all expense they have, they don't bother. How much you earning money?
No, I was talking about the industry actually.
I understand. I'm only. I'm also talking about industry. See, this oil and gas petroleum industry, look at that in the last 50 or 100 years, how much scale it has grown, right? So it's exponential growth. And in the COVID, we thought it will drop down. Nothing has dropped. It is the same level. It's maintaining. Very strong field is oil and gas and petroleum. Super good. So what is your nature of job? You have to be managing a team. You lead a team. What do you do there?
No, currently, basically what my job clearly is with respect to assets in certain parts of the world, like Abu Dhabi, UAE, and even in India, in some parts of India, where there are assets which are producing oil.
Oh.
And my part is that in all these assets, there are other mainstream operators who are acting, and we are actually we are non-operating partner there.
Mm-hmm.
So my portfolio here is from a project side to take initiatives from my end so that there is value generation in all of these assets which are there in overseas as well as in India. So that I can bring in, both from oil revenues as well as equity oil from other parts of the world to India. So these are some things that I'm managing here in the company.
You have to travel to different places frequently?
Normally, yes, we do sometimes have to travel to because since I'm looking at the UAE region, I do travel to Abu Dhabi. But since COVID, most of these meetings, there has been an eye opener that most of the travels were actually not required. Even there's a lot of activities that can be done. So I don't think so. Even in the future, I think travels will be lesser with this last 1.5 years experience. Even after the COVID goes, I think most of the things will be done through VC only. So
online, right?
Yes.
Video calls are making life better.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. It's a good profile. What you're doing, it looks interesting. A lot of dollars, euros, dinars, running left and right.
Right.
Okay, I can see when you open the eyes in the morning, all the dollars will be dropping here and there. Huh? Okay, let's go to the game. So why this PMP thought came? You are in a good industry. You are in a growing industry. Why suddenly you thought, suddenly or maybe long run? What's the thought of PMP?
Well, to be really frank, my portfolio as such, as a, in the side of project management has been, all these projects in oil and gas industry are long gestation projects. And because of which my exposure has been towards, mainly towards the initiating phase and planning phase. My exposure towards the executing side is quite, has been quite minimal as compared to the other part.
Understand.
So I thought, in order to have a, to improve or progress through the career, I think it would be, if I get an opportunity to become a project manager as such for a project in the company or something, this profile or this the professional course that I've done now will give me a lot of insights when I actually get into that execution stage. So that's what I thought. PMP, I think, and when it comes to project management, I really, from all the guidance that I've got from everyone has been that it's PMP. That's the most credential certificate that you can get with project management.
Got you.
The major objective was to take in even even more challenging roles as a project manager per se in the industry.
Makes sense. I got your point. Really good one. I know you are in an industry where it is more of predictive nature, right? You will have something well planned in advance. Some variation can be there, some risk can be there, vendoring part can be there, but not much sort of final minute changes won't be there. Primarily it will move forward. So how do you manage this in 2020 when PMP introduced more of adaptive nature? In the name of adaptive, we have iterative, incremental, agile. Was it good and readable for you? How do you felt it?
It was absolutely, we come from a hardcore predictive. There's no question of doing anything which is there out of the plan. You stick to the plan and that's it. Whatever, that's the way the industry works, at least from my portfolio basis. So agile, iterative, incremental was all jargons for me when I had decided to take the PMP, because whichever friends who I talked to with respect to PMP, they all said, now, why did you do it now? I just cleared it in December, or I just cleared it in November because I knew that from January it's going to be a completely different game. I was like, okay, what is new? And they said agile is new. What is agile? That was completely new to me. And to be really frank with you, before joining ShriLearning, before joining ShriLearning, I had actually started reading and almost completed almost 70% of reading of PMBOK.
Very good.
And everywhere where there is this part where they call about, I think there's a para for every knowledge area for agile. That was totally bouncer for me. What they were saying is absolutely not understandable for me. And, that is, when I started reading, that is where I really thought I really need some external guidance, because that's not something that I'm able to understand and grasp. What are they saying? Because I can't think of I can't just think of, changing my plans. And here they're talking about planning at a later stage. You start the job without a complete plan or, detailed plan. That's not something that I do or we do in our company or organization. So that's when, that made me actually come enroll to ShriLearning. And I would really like to say the predictive part was fine with the books, but the agile, I think I would like to give all my credit to ShriLearning, yourself and the team for, the agile part is something that I understood from these classes. Otherwise it was totally, bouncers for me.
Good to know that you started learning things, because many feel that why should I learn this new one when my life is going to be always predictive, right? But some people are stepping up and telling that life won't be always like this. Things can change, and market is moving towards a hybrid model. So, right, that's fine. I'm happy to see that your commitment, right? You keep reading and getting ready for the classes. All good. Fantastic. Thanks for that. And I assume you have a good reading habit per day, at least 1 hour, 2 hours, you put effort and reading. And how do you plan your exam date? Are you pretty clear that this is the date I want to clear, or you keep moving date up and down? Anything happen?
Well, I had started my preparations in March.
Mm,
I believe it's the March end batch that I joined for ShriLearning. So at that point of time, my target date was first week of May.
mm,
So as the preparations went on, I thought, okay, May 15th is the date. Based on my preparations, I thought May 15th was the date that I would be going on. But unfortunately, by second week of May, myself and all of our family, my wife and my daughter all got tested positive COVID.
Oh man. Okay.
So then there was a 3 weeks delay. As
Uh,
such, we were back on, I guess, mid of June, we were actually back to normal.
mm,
Then again, it came to me, since these targets were all, it had all come to the plan. It did not go as per plan. So I really was confused whether I should be really taking, or I should start from, again, do the revisions of whatever I have read. But then I thought, it has to, we've already read through, and basic concepts are there in my mind. So I thought I'll have to go forward and take the exam. So that's when it's in June, I think 18th or 17th, that I finally decided that I'll take on June 21st.
mm, mm,
So that's how I went and booked. I think I just booked a couple of days back the schedule. I had booked the appointment in Pearson.
okay.
So that's how, because it did not go as planned, but I think 3 months of preparations. March,
Yeah, that's unexpected, right? Family going unwell.
Right.
I know COVID has shaken the whole industry or health condition of people. But good to see your bounce back. And was it a center based or a Proctor exam?
It was a Proctor based.
Proctor based, okay. So how was it? Was it a smooth entry or any ups and downs, technical problem?
Very, very smooth as such. I was quite, I spent a lot of time arranging my room. And I was expecting that there would be a person as such in the video who will be looking at my room. That's the idea that I had while reading through. When I heard the concept of a proctor, but there was no person as such, but I had to take 4 pictures of the room and all that.
That's it.
So it was quite simple, and I think the Pearson platform was quite smooth, very smooth. There was no issues.
They're evolving. Initially, it was tougher. Jan month, they had some technical problem. Over a period of time, now they're smooth. Even today morning, a person cleared exam, and he was telling that so smooth. It took hardly 2-3 minutes to do all the stuff. Take a picture, share with them. One thing for the viewers who are watching this video, don't expect it will be like a Zoom call face to face. Nobody will be there. You can't see them. They will only type with you message, but they can see you, hear you well. You sneeze or you make a sound, somebody open the door and walk inside. They'll ask, hey, who's that? They'll be watching. There are not one person, more than 2-3 watching, because there are a lot of malpractice attempted for PMP. PMP is value, right? When it's value, what do you do? People try to penetrate to something. And PMI made it sure at least 2-3 people watch you in the same time. And you have been valued, and any malpractice they find, that's it. They'll quickly tell, hey guys, we are closing your application. So that's how it will happen. So that's good. Good to know, Aneez. So how the timing of the exam you planned, in the sense of question attending, what time strategy you had in your mind?
As far as time concerned, I was actually, to be really frank with you, I had taken the time part a little casually.
You didn't put pressure.
No, the reason why that was happened, because all mock tests of 4 hours, I had almost completed which I had done almost 4 mock tests of 4 hours. All of them I were able to complete it in 3 hours time.
Oh man.
So 3 hours 15 minutes. So I thought it was maybe something that it was good with me, that I was able to read and interpret fast.
Decide faster.
But maybe because of that overconfidence, or taking being very casual in that approach, because I always thought time is not an issue. So since the experience had given me that But I'll tell you, once I started the first 60 exam, I got into pressure with that. 60, the first 60 questions took around 80 to 90 minutes, I guess.
That's average. Okay.
Yeah, and that I thought was when I expected that to finish less than 60 minutes. That's how I had attempted my earlier exams.
Okay.
So that was quite there was a little bit of pressure on that, and that 10 minutes break helped me to be calm, because otherwise every 10 questions I was looking and I was seeing that I'm taking more than a minute and more than 1.5 minutes for a question, and I was getting fearful that this is not how I did the other exams. So that kind of a mental pressure had come in the first 60 questions. I think that 10 minutes break that I took, I could reorganize myself and find, even if it goes in this space, it's fine. This space is fine, and I could in that way I could manage my time. I think I just had around 15 minutes or 10 minutes left. It's not that like the mock test I had long. And I think the pressure also kicks in when it's a mock test. You just, okay, let's see. You click and go ahead. But in the exam, oh God, you just can't go ahead. You think again whether it's that.
Money,
money, right?
It's not about money, that at a certain stage, your prestige and level is there. You don't want to fail in front of your spouse.
True. Absolutely true.
I'm fine failing in front of my father and mother. Okay, they know this guy is a crap guy from school days. He will fail. They will know. But we don't want to fail in front of spouse. Right. Okay, good. Are you clear that you will get the result success in the exam?
No, I was not clear. I was even after the second 60 question session, when I'd come out, I had told my wife that it's quite complicated. It's quite confusing. And it's the way I did it in mock tests. The difference here was I can maybe count the number of pure theoretical questions. Others are all situational.
Okay.
So the questions that I got was, as compared to the mock test that I attended, wherein many questions were theoretical, where you could go ahead and the answer, this cannot be wrong, and go ahead. In the case of the PMP exam, it was the other way. You always doubted whether it can be either of the two questions. Of course, the two answers can be eliminated, but then among the two, it's some of the cases it was guesswork. Some of the cases it was too much of deep dwelling into the question and then finding out an answer. So I was very confused whether what is going to be the result. And it was quite very happy because of that. Otherwise, when you know that, okay, most of the answers, it's a different thing. When you are very confused at what's going to happen and suddenly you get congratulations.
Wow. Is it me?
And then again you read it. Is there anything other keyword in that which I'm missing? Subject to or something like that.
They announced the Miss Universe. Have you seen this competition? Miss Universe competition.
Yeah.
Okay. These 3 girls will be standing there, and this year Miss Universe, when they do that, all these 3-4 girls who did a best job, they'll be waiting. Will their name come? The moment the name comes, you can see the expression in their face. The tears will start coming out. They'll be, wow, is it me? Kind of. Even though you will put a lot of effort, you don't know you will be the guy.
So that's what the focus on reading that congratulations line and getting each word understood was more than the questions in the PMP. Does it mean that I've cleared, right? I just want
The moment you see the first word, congratulations, it means you're good. If the first word is unfortunately or you didn't meet that standard, then that's a problem. Okay, that's the one thing. And tell me, question, the screen application, is it a font legible to read? Is it a good size to maintain?
Yes, it is a font legible. It's legible, quite legible.
Also Zoom is there. You can zoom and read the question. Is that possible?
I did not need to do that actually. I did not require to zoom anyway, so I'm not really sure whether that's possible.
Right.
But otherwise, it was quite since you have the
full screen
filled with that question, so it's quite I believe legible to normal.
Why I ask is each people have a different variety of vision. I too have people writing exams at the age of 60, 65, right? If I consider their factor, they are not a people who always sit with the screen. Okay. See, at least we are used with this kind of mobile laptop. Those people who come to manager level at the age of 65, they don't sit regularly, but they have to keep on watch and read. It's tougher for them. So I was thinking, is there any zoom option is there? But at least what I was saying is so legible and clear. Is it a blue background and that the font will be there, the white background?
No, it was black font. Font was black.
Black and background
in a light shaded background. I believe it's light blue or something.
Light blue, sky blue light.
Light,
okay.
Exactly.
Achha. Then it's fine. I think, see, they make sensible way of doing. I think PMI is sensible guys. They do a good job, except the congratulations can be better. That time keep telling, I don't know who from VMI. Sunil also is moving away from CEO of PMI. So we have to message Sunil. Sunil, before you retire, please change the font size and give congratulations with some colors. We'll be happy. If you can do one thing before you retire, tell that congratulations with some crackers coming out.
Right. Even that comes as if it's a 181st question. So you know, it's like...
that too font size 6.3. So you have to what you guys
even otherwise, even if it was a larger font, it will be very difficult to read.
Yeah. That is true. Good to know. So which area you found you are so comfortable in answering this, like procurement, risk management, where you found you're very smooth?
Cost and schedule. And schedule is something that even while working, we give a lot of importance to. So, you know, the concepts in cost and schedule was quite, even before PMP, which was quite, we were aware of them, the value.
It's better.
Value analysis. Yeah. So that was, so there was no much of, you know, that was the easy part mostly.
When you say cost and schedule, do they have mathematics coming up there? Formulas?
No, they didn't. Mathematics was one thing that I was very clear with, because that's something that we do at work too. So, but there was no mathematics at all. There was, except maybe, you know, the mathematics in the way there is no calculations, but there are some questions where you need to understand whether when they say SPI of 1.13, whether you are over, whether you're within schedule or that's something that you'll have to understand.
That's fine.
Otherwise, I did not have to use the calculator.
That's fine. How about in schedule? We have something called velocity for Agile. We want to understand, hey, what is the velocity of the team? Related to that, any math coming up, asking you to calculate it? Anything coming up?
No math, but there was questions on capacity of the team and all that. Because I remember that, because I always remember you saying that capacity is velocity and velocity is the average. So I have that in mind. You know, Agile, most of the things I have in mind in that way, not, you know, in the actual, maybe the written theoretical way. So there were questions on capacity of the team and all that, but no calculations required, no calculator required.
Then fine, no problem. Because many have this question, calculation, but people used to scared about calculation in 2020. But I used to tell that calculation is so happy, you'll be confirmed, mark will come.
Exactly.
Right. I see. For me, 18 mathematics questions were there when I was doing PMP. I'm so clear in 18.3, I made a mistake. 15, I made it correct. So mathematics, only good thing is if you know the formula, within 40 seconds, question is done. Nothing more than that there. So anyway, those days are gone. So we can't say anything. Okay, coming back here, which area you struggled? You felt these guys are drilling me badly.
I think people, they drilled you with people, you know, team management. And
servant leader.
Yeah, the role of a servant leader. I think there are multiple choices where you really feel that it could be either of them. Most of the answers, I think most of them, you know, which I remember was of people, in which you really, I had, because I was, you know, behind in that area. So I was doubtful for many questions with respect to people.
Yeah, 42%.
Think that you know that it can be either of them, but you can't choose among the two.
I know. See, people is the toughest area, you know. Even though you read well, do well. See, sometimes there'll be one-to-one interview with our team members. You know, this guy is a crepey guy, will drill us in the. We'll be prepared. Today, we have to rock this guy in the meeting room. We'll go there. Within 15 minutes, something will happen. Things will go out of control. That guy will keep on talking. Or she'll be keep on talking. He'll be listening. Okay, he'll give appraisal. Get lost. Right? So people think is whatever you do, that question is always tougher. So we can't tell it's perfectly correct all the time. So what you say is right. People is a tough area. Okay, very good. Super. Good. Aneez, I think we got a decent amount of details from you. It's going to help the people here. And how much credit do you give to your family for the support?
Lots of credit. Actually, there's a lot of support from their side. Indeed, even for the, even after COVID, after being normalized from COVID, actually, I was quite skeptical whether I should be going for it, and I'll do, because you have time with you. You can do it with 1 year.
Right.
And then and then there's no point in doing it and not clearing it. But then it was actually my wife who had totally supported me, and she said that there's no point in waiting. She knew that if you waited, you're not going to learn anything more. So now whatever you've learned, you have done a lot of work before COVID. So at least make that. If you wait again, we lost that, that flow.
Right.
And then parents, of course, my sister, every one of them, they were in, there's always, that started from the college times when you have a tough exam. I have my mom to say that, Mom, this is something that I have done my part, but I'm not really sure about that. So rest you take care with the Uparwala. And I always believe that she has some connections special connections with them, okay. Some recommendation, something.
Wow.
So that is one thing that I asked her to do this show. She had that, and she also had the responsibility of not having heavy rains, which would affect any power cut or.
Wow.
These both were my request to my mom.
It looks like good communication and enterprise environmental factors management.
No, nice. I told her, it was raining here, and it was a Sunday that I took the exam. On Saturday there was a power cut.
I understand.
So when there's a power cut, my router, I don't have a backup, so the router gets switched off.
Oh man!
So I just thought, no, if this is going to happen next day, then what's going to happen? All this effort, maybe in 179th question, to have this happening.
Yeah.
So that's when I thought the best person I can give that electrician and all is fine. I told them, but I think there's one more person that is main mastermind of all this. I asked my mom, please take care of that. But only thing is that I think she prayed so hard that there was no rain for 2 to 3 days in Mumbai.
That's nice. I see how sweet, right? Mom are always great, They take care of all the stuff. I know. I like this a family connection. In the classes, also keep talking about family stuff, because we're not just like that being a manager, man. Somebody made you a manager. When you're age of 2 or 3, who knows you are a manager? Who knows you're a leader? Right. You don't even know how to eat food. So your mom and dad made it. So that's a really good connection. Thanks for saying about it. But how do you inspire your daughter?
My daughter is actually 2 years old.
So she watch you, what do you do there? That's it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Achha, good. I thought she's going to school.
I get inspired by her.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But she made you keep awake all the night.
Yeah. And on that day of the exam, I think my wife did not bring her outside of the bedroom also, because she knew she may create a hell if she's coming out of near the room and she's not able to open it. She's going to cry out so loud.
Bang it.
And the Proctor, the whole of Mumbai is going to hear. So they made sure that they don't come outside also. They had breakfast, everything in the bedroom.
Nice. That's nice. Good to know. Nice. Super, Aneez. I like the way your mom made the connection with the spiritual belief, right? That's very important. Yes. Good to know. Good to know. See, it looked like a teamwork, right? The whole family is involved. Huh? PMP is not only for you. You have to put family suffix PMP.
Right.
That's nice. Good. So I always tell in the classes, also in the interviews, implemented what you learned. Okay. Let it not be one of the certificate. And let us not tell that practical is different, book is different. No. What book says is a successful story. So we have to implement it. But can I implement 100% fully? I'll say no. You should go step by step, stage by stage. At least at the people stage, we have to start how to efficiently handle. I'm seeing that there are a lot of room for improvement in leadership and management, at least the country where we live. We can definitely do a lot of wonders. When we do that in another 50 years, of course, we won't be there. But at least next generation will see something good, right? See, somebody did something for us 100 years back. That's why you and me are talking in the internet connection lively. So something like that, we have put a seed here today. Let our grandchildren enjoy. So we have to start a good nature. That's great. Super, Aneez, anything more tips you want to give to the people?
I think I'll just add on one more thing where I had, with respect to the exam, there were certain questions, there were many questions on hybrid. That's one thing I think that would be better because I was not ready for it. And I think that would be helpful for those who are viewing also, that hybrid questions, you really can't, when the moment you have Scrum, the moment you have Agile, okay, the change control board is eliminated. There's no change. Planning, total planning is not there. But in a hybrid, there were many questions which I felt that in this, what should I really apply? Should it be the Agile model where then you don't have a change request, you are welcoming all the changes? Or is it the predictive where I have to stick to the plan or go to the, do a various analysis to understand whether it's making a change in other part of your areas? That's one point I think we can give more maybe attention to.
When we say hybrid, as a hybrid alone, there won't be a subject to read. For now in the books, very limited. Any book, if you go, very limited. One paragraph will be there, hybrid, that's it. Now, when they say hybrid, they are taking a project which has started in the very planned way. And the middle of the project, they realize that some of the portion cannot go planned. Let us go in an unplanned way or iterative way. That's how, is it the way the questions are going?
True. Right.
That's the way question goes. They start well planned, and well planned portion is done. Now some more enhancements to be done. That enhancement, they think that let's not do plan, let's go repetitive way. Now question is, answer is putting some choices which we don't know whether it is talking predictive or adaptive. Is it the way you're struggling?
Yes.
Okay.
Most of the case, but to be really frank, there is, you in those cases you will have to further dwell down into the question and see for further keywords to understand with respect to the current situation what applies, whether it's the Agile that applies or is it the predictive that applies.
Predictive applies.
so that takes a lot of time basically. That's the more than the confusion part. It takes a lot of time. The moment it crosses 1.5 minutes, then your brain starts analyzing a different way. So that's where I felt that was a little bit of trouble for me.
I agree.
Luckily, I was quite fortunate.
Yeah. We are adding more questions in our mock exams for hybrid, but still hybrid is the area we have to work a lot because books also very limited with the content. Mocks questions also limited with the content. When you go to PMI, that will be a bouncer. That way, put a lot of hybrid model. Right? Hybrid, I think soon you will see more questions and more thought process because many companies working in hybrid only, but they cannot express it. We couldn't. It's mixed, right? You couldn't express it. That's a good thought. Super. Thanks for that input, Aneez. Good. Nice to have you here today on a Sunday. Thanks for giving your appointment, and we are happy to hear this wonderful journey from your side. Now, how your corporate see this? Did you inform to your corporate that you got it?
Yeah, I did inform my boss actually, but otherwise we have a system where you can apply you can. Any skills or certifications that you get, you can put it in your portal and you can apply. There's a process wherein they will upload it in your portal.
Okay.
Which will be recognized maybe hopefully in the future when there is a requirement for any promotions or anything. This will be coming.
Super. So here on your mail address will have Aneez space PMP.
I was quite, I didn't know whether I should be doing that or not.
Do it, man. A doctor should mention doctor. Then how do we know? Where is the doctor?
Right.
You have to mention. There is nothing to be here. You are not telling a credit card number. It's PMP. That's it. You are telling. You tell that.
True.
See, but don't feel that because you put PMP, people will start expecting more from you. But I have seen many, mostly Americans, Americans are so proud of having that suffix. You can see them, their email, they will have a lot of degree qualified. They remove all the degrees, they put only PMP. Because at the age of 20, what you get is not a big deal. At the age of 40, what you get is a big deal.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Right? At the 20, your parents paid the fee. Now you paid the fee. And at this age, what you get, it is always, man, I did it. Right? So put proudly and be happy. Okay. Good, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks for coming up here. Keep rocking more, winning more.
Thank you, ShriRam. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Good wishes. And all the viewers, thanks for watching this video, and leave your comments and likes and give your wishes to Aneez for his great success. Thanks all. You too, keep winning more. All the best.